What is up, guys? So today Medusa is getting a hood latch back in place. I am making a custom plate that will bolt into my car that will replace what this used to be. This is where the hood latch bolted up on the OEM setup, but I had to cut it out because when I pulled and put in this motor into the car, it sat in at just an angle, and it's so much thicker and longer than the VG that was in here, the VG30, that when I went to lower it, the crankshaft pulley would rip on this lip before it goes in. It wouldn't fit. To give you an idea, this was about where this piece is, and it kept on clipping and just destroying this piece every time I pulled it and put it in. Oof, that was bright. So now I'm going to be taking this 3-foot by 12-inch sheet of aluminum. I believe it's 1/8 of an inch or 0.125, and making a plate to replace, well, kind of combining this with this for a fancy hood latch OEM setup solution thing to go where I don't have any latch. So let's get started. I do want this to look pretty good, so I'm going to polish it when I'm done, but I'm going to make a cardboard cutout and get an idea for the pieces I want to make. I think I'm going to make it 3 sections where somewhere here there's a divide, so I have the end plate, or 2 end plates, and then the main hood latch system that bolts in. I don't know how it's going to look quite yet, because I have to test fit the radiator one more time and see if these edges are wide enough, because I did move the mounts. So these might get a little narrow, but the aluminum sheet goes to about here on both sides. So the one with the hood latch, a piece here for show and a piece here for show. I gotta buy some more hood bumpers because they just rotted out and fell off. Yeah. So these are dress-up bolts. They have like a little housing that the set screw sits into. It's tapered for the screw to go in. And you know, because I want to make this kind of look good and all match, I got blue ones. Instead of just bolting it in with regular nuts and bolts, I got these little fancy ones that'll add some color accents and make it look pretty. It was, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks on Amazon. I mean, why not? First thing is cut a little bit out of here. I'm going to the outside of this circle. Same thing here, outside, cut in. That'll give me some more room for the radiator to just drop right in. Let's get cutting. Freshly cut. Looks good. So I just set the piece that I originally had in. So I'll just get an idea of where I'm going to put these bolts. The tricky part is I have a straight sheet of aluminum, but these holes are perpendicular to that sheet. So I might bolt on an L bracket that it's going to be like this orientation. Bolt the top of it here and have these holes available for the hood latch itself. So this guy essentially would get bolted in. Those 2 holes will be right about there. Bolt the latch in, and I think I'm going to make the middle piece come to the edge of this cut. And the decoration piece is the rest. This is roughly what the shape is going to look like. I have it following the contour of this upper member, but I don't know what I'm going to do with the inside quite yet. If I want to just go ahead and cut it at an angle, kind of round it, because this is where the hood latch will go once I have that L bracket that bolts onto this plate. And I don't need all this here, but I do want as much structure as I can get. So still debating that, but for now I'll just cut out the general shape out of this. Lines are made. Let's cut. I have to cut out the roundness now and worry about the middle in a little bit. So I'm gonna make a stencil that's universal for both because it's symmetrical. I'll just flip it to the other side. That replicates this contour just right. So I'm going to make that out of cardboard, trace it, and then draw it and do the math, make sure it all adds up. And then this will sit in without all the details in here, which for the most part is what I'm trying to get at. The only thing is there's this corner on that side, there's a little bit on this side. So I may have to redo the cut. That's a tough one. I don't know. I'll look at it some more off camera and think about it. Okay, thought about it. I'm going to cut one more time where I drew in the marker. Just the overlap. There's a little more on that side than there is this side, but it's getting shaved. Let's get shaving. Boom. Okay, shaved it. Looks great. Same thing with the other side. Follows the contour now. We're good. Let's do the middle part now. I stenciled out what I want to do. I have a few options here. And I think I'm going to go with this rounded path to a straight line with a little rounded edge. It seems clean. Give me some space to move around in there if I need to. So that's the next cut to be done. Let's do it. All right, it looks good. This isn't going to hold anything at all. Like, this is so flimsy. So once I get this bolted in for that extra bracing, that'll give me some structure here. This is what's really going to hold it, because that hood latch, you know, wants to go up, right? So this is what's going to hold it from going up. There's actually two holes down there. This bolts to, and this used to bolt to the assembly. See? It used to bolt right there to the assembly to hold it from going up. So once I have that back together, this thing should be positioned just like it used to with the OEM setup. I'm about to cut out these decoration pieces. Got a stencil going right here. I decided not to do the light cover just because keep it thin, kind of like this guy. So let's start cutting one, get the other. Most of the pieces are cut up to size. I still have a few things left to do on them, but for the most part, this is it. That's the bolt pattern I'm going to go with. I've decided not to use that L bracket here. I think I'm going to have a vertical member welded onto that aluminum sheet, because right now there's no strength coming from this. I mean, you can move it with your finger. So once I have this combined with that vertical member welded in, I should get a lot more strength back, because that is where your strength comes from, is when it's vertical. When it's horizontal, you can push that thing like crazy. So when I get that in, I can bolt it up and hopefully have that set. These got the bumper holes to drill out, and when it's all done, polish it up, put it back in, and hopefully latch the hood. So right now, I'm off to get this welded. So let's go. I'm Dylon Da Silva. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you liked it. Give this video a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe to stay up to date on all new content every week. You guys have a good one.